What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is a late one, but it's Queens season 1, episode 7. So we start off. This is called "Who Shot You." The whole episode leads up to who shot. We've been seeing this scene all season that they're standing at the billboard and somebody dressed in black walks up on them and shoots. And so this episode we start seeing who the suspects are, right? So that's how the episode starts. We see them standing at the billboard, and we actually see them get, somebody get shot. And so we flash back to 12 hours before the shooting. We see they're at a photo shoot for the tour. We see Eric is on the phone making deals, billing the deal, and then he's getting this phone call, and it's coming up, do not answer. Now listen, people who know me know that I am not above putting different things in my phone that is not the person's name, so I know who it is. And I have actually put in my phone before, do not answer. So I understand what Eric is doing, okay? But we find out later on that Eric owes some people some money, okay? They're doing the photo shoot. We find out that Brandy is going out on a date with the dude that directed that video, and she is all giddy about it. She said she ain't never been on a real date. She said that, her and Eric started doing whatever the hell it was they was doing in high school, and she just ain't never, after that, she was busy raising her daughter. She ain't really been out there dating like that. She was like, male acquaintances, the booty calls, I got that. But a date, kind of out of my wheelhouse. So, Eve is, helping her out, getting herself together. And she starts talking about the first date she had with her husband. And she talked about how, they were at this nice restaurant, and he accidentally spilled wine on her, but then he ran out, and she was thinking, oh my gosh, he done ran out on me. But he came back with a UCLA sweatshirt, honey, and it was all cute. And it was a moment. It was a moment, right? Jill got a chance to talk to, little Debbie Snack. And Debbie Snack was like, well, how does it feel to be back with, your girl? And she was like, me and Renee ain't got together. And she was like, but I thought that y'all did the whole little interview situation down to the Good Morning America. She was like, yeah, but we ain't together. So she was kind of side-eyeing her a little bit. And she let Jill know that she was broke, that the record company dropped her, but that Eric paid off her debt. She was crashing at Eric, and that the record company agreed to excuse the debt. Now, little fake J-Lo, they're asking her, when do you want to confront your mama about the fact that she was taking a picture of her your credit card. And she was like, well, I don't want to be cynical. I don't want to be that person. I'm sure there's a logical explanation. They were like, okay, fine. If you think there's a logical explanation, go get it. Go find out what that explanation is, because where we sit right now and how we feeling right now, it ain't nothing logical about this explanation, okay? So she finally does ask her mom about it, and she gives this song and dance story about how she had never seen a black card before, and that she was just, oh my God, I didn't even think they really existed. So I took a picture of it. I know it sounds silly and I know it looks shady, but you have to know that I wasn't trying to do nothing. I had the best of intentions, yada, yada, yada. Now, she wants to believe her because she just wants her mama. But she also ain't no fool. So she got Eric to hire a private investigator to investigate this woman that is posing as her mama, because she still is feeling some kind of way. She's still not feeling 100% secure, okay? Now, Jill done slid off to go cut a record with Wyclef. And she was only supposed to be dropping a little 18 bars on it. But Wyclef was like, listen, what you think about the record? And she gives him the whole breakdown of what she liked and what she didn't like. And he actually heard her advice and was like, okay, I hear you. He was like, can you sing? And they end up actually making a whole song together. And then he tells her that he wants to do an album with her, and that, they need to jump on it. He was like, as soon as you get off tour, let's make it happen. And she is actually, like, oh my gosh, like, I'm feeling this. I'm feeling this. Now, little Debbie Snack is down to Eric's house trying to figure out how to make ramen noodles without water. Girl, you can't think. Like, you can't think that's how you eat ramen noodles. She just pulled the anyway, while she is in the kitchen eating her dry-ass, uncooked ramen noodles, Jadakiss shows up, and come to find out that Eric had borrowed the money from Jadakiss to pay off the record label for Lil Debbie Snack. $750,000, and he had made an installment payment agreement, and the first payment was due of $100,000. And Jadakiss was like, listen, dude, I don't play these games. Like, I don't play with my money. So, you know, if you don't give me my money, then we're going to have to do this old school style. And he got his little thugs with him with a gun or whatever. Now, here's the thing, y'all. First of all, let me apologize because I know, I had it wrong the first time we saw Jadakiss when he thought that the man had yanked his chain, and I think I said Young Jeezy. So my apologies to Jeezy and Jadakiss. But I got it right this time, Jadakiss, okay? So Lil Debbie Snack is like, Eric, oh my gosh, I can't believe you did that for me. Like, that's crazy. What we gonna do to get him his money back? And he was like, don't you worry about it. I got this. I'm good. Because what he basically is trying to do is to use the money from the tour to pay Jeezy back. Okay? I mean, Jadakiss, I did it again. Pay Jadakiss back. Well, baby, that's a whole robbing Peter to pay Paul situation. And that's a house of cards gonna come something. But we'll get to that. So they are getting ready for their press conference, and Jill is late. But to Jill's credit, she is honest with the girls about why she's late. She said, listen, I just came from the studio with Wyclef, and we did a record together, and I'm happy I did it. I'm glad I did it. But please know that I am dedicated to y'all. I'm dedicated to this group, and I want to be here. So they kind of like, all right, girl, whatever, girl. So they go out there. They do the press conference, and the press keeps trying to steer everything to Jill. Make it all about Jill. And, you know, the rest of the ladies are like feeling some kind of way about that. So they kind of check, you know, the media about them making everything about Jill. So then they flip it to a Lil Debbie Snack and say, you know, look, you the one that got this whole ball rolling. You the one that gave them the stage of the BET Awards, and now you open it for them. And, of course, they were able to flip that around, you know, and turn that around and say, listen, we are here together. You know, it's equal footing here. We are grateful, you know, to Lil Debbie for what she did for us. So then one of the reporters asked about, they were like, well, when is the album coming? And they were like, well, we're going to be getting in the studio as soon as we come off tour. And they were like, if you make it off tour, I mean, who's to say this won't happen, but, you know, what didn't happen last time won't happen again. And, you know, EVE gave them a whole speech about, listen, we done been through a lot in the last 6 months. We done been through deaths, divorces, and we are bonded tighter than ever. They were there for me when my husband died. So, like, listen, please understand that this is a whole movement right here, and we are good, and we ain't gonna break up, okay? We're not gonna let the pettiness that happened before happen again, okay? Now, Lil Debbie goes up to Eric and says, listen, I got a way that we can make some of this money, okay? Because I still get offers, you know, for people that get private performances. And Eric was like, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, that's not safe. I don't want you to do that. And she was like, listen, you did it for me. I can do it for you. Like, I can go swallow my pride and do a little private performance for somebody. I think he was offering her like $200,000, which would have been enough for them to pay the little down payment to Jeezy and have a little change, a little something, right? So he agreed to do it because what other option does he have, right? Baby, they get to that club and dude is playing games, okay? He is stringing them along and he is playing games and he won't get him the money. He keeps asking for more, and then finally he offers Lil Debbie Snack some drugs. And she was actually going to do it because that's how fresh she was in trying to help Eric make this money. And Eric was like, I can't let you do that. Like, no, we're not doing that. Either you let her perform and you give us our money, or we out because we're not doing all of that. And basically they put them out, child, so he don't get the money and she get put out, child. Now, the report comes back from the private investigator and come to find out this woman that is posing as, you know, a broke, you know, little fake J-Lo's mama is not her, which I don't think any of us are shocked to find out. But not only is it not her, but she is a whole con artist. Like, she got a whole rap sheet that go back to when she was, you know, in the crib, honey. And she's got some fraud charges and stuff. But the one thing that Lil J-Lo figured out is she must know something, because she does have details about me as a baby that only somebody who at least knew my mom would know. So she gonna go confront her. Okay, she goes to confront her, and at first the lady tried to play it sweet and try to play it like, what you talking about? I don't know what you mean. How could you do that? And then she flips it and is like, all right, cool, whatever, you got me. But please understand, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to let me walk up out of here. You are not going to call the police, okay? And if you want me to walk up out of here, I will tell you what you want to know, because I know who your mama is, okay? And so she lets her leave, you know, she lets her get up out of there. But later on in the episode, she's one of the people that we see stalking around that could potentially be one of the shooters, right? So then Jill is leaving up out of wherever the hell Jill is leaving up out of. And baby, her ex-girlfriend is standing there waiting for her, talking about something. So all this was a game. This was all a game to you. And she lays her out and tells her, you are horrible. You are the worst thing. Like, you are a user. You play innocent. You play sweet. But all you are is a user, and you are the worst kind of person. And just know that I hate you. Like, I thought I loved you, but you know what? I hate you. Because you used me. You used your husband. And you just are not a good person. You're just not a good person. So that is, suspect number 2, honey. Because she let her know that I got something for you, okay? I'm looking for you and I got something for you. Now, Evie agreed to go on this date with Brandy so that she don't screw it up. Because remember, she never been on a date before. But when they walk up on the restaurant, Eve said, I can't do it. And she can't go in the restaurant. She sort of leaves her hanging. But what we find out is that is the restaurant where her and her husband went on their first date. And she just couldn't. And later on that night, we see her sitting in her house with her UCLA sweatshirt on, honey. And of course, she's having a moment. She's having a whole moment. Now, Brandy does really good on this date. She does really good on the date. They holding a conversation. They flirty. And she's honest with him and say, listen, I ain't never really done this before. I don't even know how to do this. She was like, so let's just skip all the bullshit and let's go on ahead back to your place. And he was like, as much as I would love to do that, that's not what I want from you. Like, I really want to get to know you. I really want to try to have a relationship with you. Like, I really want this. So, let's get to know each other. Let's talk. Let's ask questions. He's like, I'm not good at this either. But my intentions are pure. I'm really trying to be there for you, right? So, later on that night, after they leave a little fake club engagement, I apologize. It was not a UCLA sweatshirt. It was I love LA sweatshirt. My bad. Eric gets kidnapped by Jeezy and his boys, right? And they basically were like, listen, if you don't have my money, we about to go take a long walk off of a short pier, okay? And they try to get him in the trunk, honey. They're going to take him old school mafioso style, and they try to get him in the trunk. And he ends up fighting back, and he gets away from them. But, baby, they know where he at. So that's suspect number 3. So, we got Jeezy, we got Jill's ex-girlfriend, and we have fake J-Lo's mama, right? Well, it's fake J-Lo's fake mama. So, Jill is in the studio with Wyclef, and he tells her, listen, you need to strike while the iron is hot, and at this point, I need you in the studio as soon as you get off tour to make this album. So now she's stuck between going in the studio with the girls and going in the studio with Wyclef to make a solo album versus making an album with them. Now, she had just got finished telling them that she was dedicated to the group, but this is going to test that dedication. Brandy gets a text from Eve while she's at the date telling her why she couldn't go in the restaurant and that she was having a bad night. And immediately she drops everything and goes to meet up with Eve. And eventually all the ladies end up coming through. And they sitting there talking and reminiscing and all that good stuff. And she ends up finding a video of like a CD that her husband left. And it's basically him talking to her, telling her how much he loves her. And, he was like, if you're looking at this, that means I ain't make it, and just know that I love you, and, yada, 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 all that, mushy stuff, child. But it sort of gave her a little bit of closure in reference to how he felt about her and, all that good stuff. I think it was kind of what she needed in that moment. So, we are finally at the billboard. And again, we know that Jeezy is chasing after Eric. We know that fake J-Lo, fake mama looking for her. And we know that Jill's ex-girlfriend. So we see the dark figure walk up on them and point the gun, that scene we've been seeing all year, and shoot. Eric gets shot in the shoulder, but he ends up going after the person. The person gets away, ends up getting in the car and runs off. But what we see is that Eve got shot. And that's where the episode ends, with her being rushed to the hospital, child. So I'm an episode behind. I'm going to get caught up as soon as possible. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in the comments. Peace.